Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the show. Glad you could join us. Today's episode is going to be a stretching job. Unfortunately, no cleaning, but you are going to get to watch us power stretch 2 large rooms and a couple hallways. My battery almost died on my phone, so we actually had to cut it a little bit short, but you get a good video of the before walkthrough and then a lot of high-speed voiceover of us doing the job, and then a little bit of video showing you what it looked like after we got done. So thank you guys again so much for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to mash the thumbs up, leave a comment below of your favorite part, and of course if you haven't done so yet, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun cleaning, stretching, repair, bleach spot repair, etc. videos. Have a good day. Shut that with the button there, if you don't mind. So this is actually a rental home, and we did an estimate for the tenant who has relayed, and you can see that big wrinkle right there in the middle of this room. The camera really doesn't do it justice as far as how wrinkled, lumpy, bumpy, and humpy these 2 rooms were, or the size. This is a very large living room, dining room. I don't have the measurements in front of me, but of course when I did the estimate, went ahead and measured everything out. And again, we worked for the tenant, really, because they're the ones that called us, set up the estimate. Came out several weeks ago, and they let me know they were going to have almost all the furniture moved. We only had to move a couple of the heavier pieces, and we used furniture sliders. Really only 2 pieces that were left. Everything else they moved prior to our arrival. So I think we just bid it for our standard $1 a square foot to stretch, and it came up to be, I think, almost 800 square feet, so almost an $800 job, and we did it for just over an hour. You can see we used our power stretcher, and it barely reached from the wall we were pulling against, and kind of taking my time here because Tristan is our newer guy, and this is his first time seeing any type of stretching job, and it was the perfect one to train him on because it had a lot of different angles and unique things about it, so it was a little bit trickier than a standard, 4 square walls with no furniture to move or no diagonals. But you can see there the power stretcher took a huge couple wrinkles out, and then we're using the knee kicker to reinstall and put the carpet back on the tackless all the way up this wall here. So again, we were here for just over an hour. Really probably wouldn't have brought Tristan and Lyndon if I had thought that they were going to have everything moved, but a lot of times they'll tell us that, and then it's a little different when we show up. But regardless, this one was smooth sailing. We didn't have to cut any seams out. We were able to trim it all off. You'll see at the end we did have a couple little tricky things we had to do because of some of the gaps that were left over. Specifically, there's 2 electrical outlets that are in the middle of the living room, which is right behind us at this angle. And I was a little bit concerned as we stretched that room that we were going to have a gap on one side. We were going to have to put a piece of carpet to hide that, but we fortunately we were able to fit it just perfectly with no additional repairs on those. We did have a little issue with the fireplace that you'll see at the end here. A bit of an interesting scenario with the tenants who initially called us to come out and provide them with an estimate. They submitted it to the homeowner and let them know that they really wanted to get this carpet restretched, and these wrinkles were becoming kind of a problem, not only aesthetically, but they were like tripping over them. That's how big they were. So the homeowner, I don't know what the issue was, but they did not hear back. So they went ahead and got another bid and supplied the homeowner with 2 different proposals for restretching the carpet. And again, they didn't hear anything. And it wasn't until the homeowner reached out to them and inquired about whether or not they were going to be renewing their lease. I guess they were right at the end of their lease. And they said, we absolutely want to. It's just we really need to make sure that this carpet gets restretched prior to us signing anything. And that's the point where the homeowner agreed to let us come out and restretch the carpet. So it's kind of neat. We haven't actually spoke to the homeowner at this point, but the tenant did supply us with the email address, and we are pretty trusting in our process where we get paid. A lot of companies won't do business like that, but we've been really fortunate. We only get a couple bad checks a year, and of those, most of the time, the folks make it right before we even know that the check was bad. So we went ahead and just emailed the bill to the homeowner. The tenant said worst case scenario, they would take the amount out of their next rent, which I don't even know if that's legal, but regardless, she said she had to do it for previous homes that they've lived, and she would not hesitate to do it now. So that kind of left me feeling even better. And actually, a couple months ago, maybe just a month ago now, we had the first issue with a credit card, fraudulent credit card that we'd ever had before. And unfortunately, it was with a move out, so we're having a little bit of hard time pursuing the customer to get it right. But what happened was, after the move out clean, the customer had her boyfriend use his credit card, and they paid online. So unfortunately, we didn't verify the name on the card anyway, it wasn't apparently his card, allegedly, according to the credit card company, and you can see us sliding some furniture around. Regardless, needless to say, the person whose credit card it was filed a claim, and it looks as though we're going to be doing that one for free. So we might have to revisit how we do that. Again, it's very, very seldom that we run into issues like that. But again, this piece that you see us moving now, way, way heavier than the other piece. But those furniture sliders, you can see, make it so much easier to move around. And so this room, because of the way the walls were and the size of the size and shape of this room, it was we didn't have quite enough of the power stretcher to stretch the entire room. So we got it as far as we could, and then unfortunately I did have to use the knee kicker to stretch it over the rest of the way, which worked out really, really well. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video here, my battery on the phone and the lights were running pretty low at this point, because believe it or not, this soaks up quite a bit of battery, and I didn't go into it with 100%. So, and I'm still filming on my brand new iPhone, but I love it. It's 4K. I think it puts out really good video as well. And I did buy a little mic, so we have a little bit better audio, and hopefully that's a decent enough audio. But like I said, this room, you're not going to get to see the entirety of the stretching of this room, but you kind of get the idea as you see this big wrinkle that we're working over. And of course, when we do the finished video and I walk you through at the end, you'll see that all that is now laying flat, and it turned out really, really good. So this is just one of the many different things we do in addition to carpet cleaning. So we kind of started out in the carpet cleaning, but quickly moved into hard surface cleaning like tile and grout. And just a few years ago, we started to clean and polish hardwood floors as well. And since then, we've done wood laminate floor cleaning. We've done luxury vinyl plank and tile cleaning. Pretty much any kind of hard surface cleaning now we also accommodate in addition to carpet. Stretching like this or restretching we do. We don't do installations, but we do repair work, so permanent bonded inserts or patches, bleach spot repair. If you're new to the channel, you probably don't have any idea what I'm talking about, but we have videos, I think, on every single thing we do with the exception of maybe emergency water extraction, which we haven't really captured a good one of those on there yet, but we will soon enough. So again, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this. This is getting really close to the end of the video here because of the battery, but I appreciate your support. I really appreciate the thumbs up. Leave a comment below, and if you like watching these type of videos as well, and also any questions that you may have for Angela and I. We're actually going to be doing another sit down where we answer some of the questions that you guys have put in the comment section below. All right, next up here you get to see the finished product once everything was stretched out nice and neat and we were all done. All right, so all those wrinkles are out. Tristan, what did you think of your first stretching job?
It's pretty good.
Easy money, right? We also did a little stretching in this hallway here, had one lump, very easy little kick over into the wood. And then also this hallway, which led to the master suite, there was actually a couple little wrinkles in here that we stretched out as well. And the only bad part was when we stretched, these ones weren't bad. The outlets, we didn't have an issue with those because we were able to tuck the excess underneath this side. And this side, or actually the excess under this side, and this side we didn't have enough of a gap. But over here, with the fireplace, it did leave a gap. So we had to put up the piece that we trimmed off of this side. We actually had to put onto there, and it also, same problem we had over here. So a couple little Frankenstein trim and patch jobs, but other than that, it turned out really well. All right, that's it. Thank you guys again so much for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and we will look forward to seeing you guys again soon. If you didn't tap the thumbs up yet, go ahead and mash that thumbs up for us. Leave a comment below of your favorite part, and of course, if you have not done so yet, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun, educating, entertaining videos like this. Have a great day.